After Augustus McCrae came out on the porch to see the blue pigs eating a rattlesnake, he had to wait a spell before setting out on what would become the most famous cattle drive in American literature. But McCrae, the irascible lead in Larry McMurtry's novel, Lonesome Dove, was never much in a hurry. Nor was McMurtry, who sat at his Hermes 3000 and pecked at that opening sentence in 1975. Just doodling at the typewriter, he recalled, hoping to find a subject or a character that might hold my interest. 10 years, and 3 novels, later, readers finally had a chance to accompany McCrae, Captain Woodrow Call and the rest of the Hat Creek outfit on their 500-mile trek from South Texas to Montana. Their adventures would earn McMurtry a readership even more devoted than what he had already gained with his fiction, essays and screen adaptations. The author of nearly 30 novels, about 15 works of nonfiction and more than 40 screenplays and teleplays, McMurtry died on Thursday of heart failure at his home in Tucson at 84, according to his publicist, Amanda Lundberg. Known for outspoken, brassy characters and a rare ability to cast scenes with raw, tender and often comic emotions, McMurtry coupled his deep understanding of American history with keen-eyed observations of American history and Western mores. Michael Korda, McMurtry's editor at Simon Schuster, once described the novelist as the Flaubert of the plains, for his sure eye for the bleak landscape of small-town Texas and the isolated ranches of the Panhandle, as well as the history of the West. He was the recipient of the 1986 Pulitzer Prize in Fiction for Lonesome Dove. In 2006, he shared an Academy Award with co-writer Diana Ossana for Best Adapted Screenplay for Brokeback Mountain, and in 2014, President Obama presented him with a National Humanities Medal for work that evokes the character and drama of the American West with stories that examine quintessentially American lives. He cast a big shadow across the landscape, said journalist and Texan Lawrence Wright. There are very few other writers in Texas history that had the popular appeal that he did. Once asked to describe himself, McMurtry called himself a writer, a screenwriter, and perhaps most significantly, a bookman. He opened his first bookstore, Booked Up, in Washington, D.C., in the 1970s, and later, relocated the shop to Archer City, Texas, filling an old Ford dealership with nearly 500,000 titles. Dressed in dungarees, black-framed glasses and work gloves, McMurtry could often be found loading books in and out of trucks and wearing a sweatshirt declaring, "Minor regional novelist." While regionalism came easily to him, he didn't let it define him. In his books and outlook, he pushed against the boundaries of his world and the stereotypes of the West.